August 5, 1966. It had been 5 days since Charles Whitman had climbed atop the Texas clock tower and terrorized the University of Texas campus. It was on this hot summer night that the residents of Everman, Texas, found themselves gripped by tragedy. It began with the brutal killings of 3 teenagers and what would become known as the Texas Broomstick murders. The mastermind behind the killings, Kenneth Allen McDuff, would become a first of sorts, the first American citizen to be sentenced to death row, only to be released from prison, then subsequently returned to death row for a series of sadistic murders carried out while on parole. The crimes of Kenneth Allen McDuff would terrify the residents of Central Texas and fundamentally challenge the state's criminal justice system. Kenneth Allen McDuff began August 6, 1966, pouring concrete with his father J.A. and his brother Lonnie. It was Saturday, and he was excited about a weekend trip to Fort Worth. He decided to bring his father's employee, 18-year-old Roy Dale Green. Kenneth had impressed Roy with boasts of what he dubbed sexcapades, stories about raping and killing young women. After work, the pair cleaned up before heading to their trip to Fort Worth. Kenneth decided to stop at a 7-Eleven to purchase beer for the road trip. After arriving in Fort Worth, Kenneth purchased 2 6-packs of Schlitz. He then met up with friends and a girl he was dating. Afterwards, Kenneth and Roy began cruising the streets of Everman. They happened upon a local baseball field. There, Kenneth spotted a parked car. Assuming that he would find 2 teenagers necking in the back seat, he decided that he would rob the unsuspecting teens. He parked his Dodge 150 yards away. He removed a Colt revolver from the glove console and began walking towards the parked car. He instructed Roy Dale to grab the red broomstick in the back seat and follow behind him. Green watched from a distance as Kenneth approached the car. He came upon 3 teenagers, 2 males and a female, standing outside a 1955 Ford talking amongst each other. They were Robert Brand and his cousin Marcus Dunham, and a local girl, 15-year-old Edna Louise Sullivan. McDuff held the teens at gunpoint and forced them to hand over their wallets. Then he forced the 3 teenagers inside of the trunk of the Ford. Kenneth drove the 1955 Ford, while Green followed behind in Kenneth's Dodge. They arrived in an isolated field. Kenneth forced Edna out of the trunk of the Ford and placed her inside of the Dodge. The 2 boys pleaded for their lives. Kenneth, unmoved by their pleas, shot and killed both boys. Unable to close the trunk of the Ford, he decided to park it close to a fence to obstruct it from the view of motorists. Kenneth then sexually assaulted Louise. He then asked Roy Dale if he would like a turn with Louise. Roy Dale initially declined, but had a change of mind after Kenneth leaned forward and asked him why. Afterwards, Kenneth decided to sexually assault Louise again, this time with the red broomstick. Not wanting to leave any witnesses, Kenneth sat on the chest of Louise while pressing the broomstick against her throat until she stopped gasping for air.